This is A is for Adversity, a podcast about curating your life stories to connect more deeply with others. Some stories may have Christian undertones, and all stories will involve a realization or transformation of some sort. I'm your host, Jen Banks. This is episode H, How Money Works, with Marcus and Raylee Tarr. Not only are they joining me on the podcast this week, but you'll also hear my sweet little baby in the background, so sorry about that. Thank you guys for doing this.
Of course.
Oh yeah, thanks for having us. I appreciate the opportunity. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. Okay, we'll just jump right in. Tell my audience a little bit about you guys or how you got into financial stuff.
Yeah, of course. You want to start?
Yeah, so it's kind of a fun story. After I got home from my mission, I started working at a bank, and it was really fun. I really loved it. So my job was a collector. If you're familiar with that term, I would call people from all over the United States, and people always say like, "Oh, like a debt collector. Whoa, did you get yelled at? Did you get swore at?" Yep, every day. And it was amazing. It taught me a lot of incredible skills. But the calls that really stood out in my mind were the people that were like in their 60s and 70s and 80 years old, sometimes even 90 years old. I would call people. And like my job was to use negotiation and communication and to help them to pay their bills, set up programs because they were like so behind. It was so interesting to me because the people that were in their 60s and 70s, they would tell me like, "Hey, listen, I can't pay my bills. I have nothing to give. I'm retired. I'm living on $700 of Social Security. I can't really pay my bills. Like I've never been in a more horrible financial situation in my life." And so call after call, week after week, year after year of me working in that position, I like realized, oh my gosh, America is in a bad situation. It's just not one or two people. It's like call after call of people in their 80s and 90s and 60s that are just in really bad, hard situations. And it was heartbreaking to me. There was a really pivotal moment of me working in the bank. I was talking to a guy from California. He was an attorney, one of like a really top, like good attorney. He said, I did really well. I made over 6 figures every single year. I did really well, but now I have nothing to show for it. He's like, I never really learned how to save. I never really I didn't know how to invest. Like I didn't really take the time to like go figure that out. And now I'm 60, 65, 70, and there's nothing left. There's like nothing left.
Wow.
It was, I know, crazy. And I was like, okay, I need to like get out of this industry because like there was to a point where I couldn't do it anymore. Like I couldn't take the pain of these people, their cries and their tears of like their sadness of like them not preparing. And I'm like, someone needs to help them. So I got out of that industry and I came over to the financial industry. And now we can proudly say that we are financial educators. We are licensed financial professionals and we help people prepare, reach their dreams and their goals and actually prepare for the life that they want to live. It's the best thing ever. I love it so much.
Yeah. Just as you said that too, it just sounded more hopeful and, a solution to the problem rather than trying to like clean up all the problems.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like a lot more focused on prevention because it's kind of one of those things, like not even half the states in America require like a financial education class in high school.
Wow.
But even then, it's not like it's really relevant. You're really more concerned about who you're going to take to prom than that's kind of the issue. It becomes more and more relevant. People start thinking more and more about like saving, preparing for retirement, their futures, the older they get, but they've lost all this time that which is the most important part about saving and investing, which is starting early. So it's kind of this, what we find kind of interesting. It's kind of the balancing act. People who are younger, they're the best candidates to start like learning the process, saving, investing for the future, but they're also at least like sometimes, not always, like thinking about this. Oh, I got to prepare got to pay for college, got to pay for my kids, and it's one thing after another. When really, if you just like start early and have a consistent like plan with like sitting down with someone and planning it, then it takes a lot of stress out of your life, and like, okay, we have a plan.
Very true. Yeah, I really love that point, Marcus. That's awesome because I feel like I'm in that boat right now. My husband just graduated last year from law school. And so we were focused on paying for that and paying for kids and everything. And we keep saying to ourselves, oh, we need to invest, we need to save, but we're just thinking, oh, we'll do this after this or after that. and you just keep putting it off. So it's like you say, the time is most valuable.
It really is. I mean, we show the example of for people where two different people, they start saving, let's say $5,000 a year, and one of them starts at, let's say, 25, and until they're 65, let's say, and so they get 10% like return. Or person number two, they wait just 2 years till they're 27. Over time, that's like just waiting 2 years is a difference. If they save the exact same amount per year, a difference of $400,000.
Wow.
That the second person like ends up with less. And so it's educating people. Like I feel like once people are like understand these concepts, they understand like knowledge is power. They take more action. And so I feel like that's one of the keys that's been missing a long time in the financial industry is people just think, oh, I'm just going to meet with this person. They're going to do whatever they can with my money, and I'll just kind of leave it up to them. But no, like we want more people to be educated about this because it's just not taught in a lot of formal education. And so.
True. And when it is, it's really surface level, I feel like too. And then how would you say is best to invest? Because that's another problem my husband and I have encountered is he wasn't in a steady job, so he didn't have a 401k or things like that. Would you suggest an IRA, a Roth IRA, or because I know just sitting your money in the bank doesn't do much for you. That interest is teeny tiny.
Yeah. So I mean, it really depends. Like there's a lot of different, we can't really give generalized financial advice on a podcast, but the best recommendation that we can give is finding someone who can kind of guide you through the process, because every situation is going to be a little bit different based on what your goals are. It's kind of, I've got to understand the difference as far as like how different savings vehicles are taxed, what your time frame is, really how much you are able to set aside. And again, just sitting down, like figuring out a couple of those different things with someone that's experienced, that knows kind of what they're talking about. That's really the best way to build a customized plan. It is hard to give generalized advice. I know there's a lot of like financial gurus out there who will just say, hey, do this, do this. The only issue is there's not always a one size fits all. And so I think you can get too far into they said that this works for everyone, but your goals may be completely different, which is why I mean, when I was still in college, one of my friends who introduced me to this business, actually, we worked together in selling pest control, and then he offered to do a free like financial needs analysis with any one of us. And I had just done summer sales. I had earned a lot of money, and so I went to him. I was like, hey, I'm curious, what should I do with this? And he the first thing he started with was questions. What are your goals? Like, what do you have? It really, we need to start where you're at. That way we know where to progress from there.
Hey, even that's good advice though. Find a financial advisor, as long as everybody gets that takeaway, then they just need to make the steps to do it. That's awesome. And I feel like the more life goes on, the more I realize how much we need other people, because I found out about life coaching, or we know a lot of people are into therapy these days. Oh, everybody needs a therapist, but everybody needs a financial advisor. Everyone needs like a fitness coach. We just need all these things and all these people who have that understanding to get us on our feet. Once you learn, then you can take those skills and go build up your toolbox. Tell me a little bit more about your business side of things. Do you take on financial clients? Are you considered financial advisors then? Or what specifically do you guys do on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis?
Yeah, that's a great question. So absolutely, we love helping families. We take on clients. We're currently engaged with helping lots of people with the ability to do more. So absolutely, it's so much fun sitting down with families, being like, okay, here are your goals. The current path you're on, you're not going to be able to retire. It's so fun to like sit down with people and be like, yeah, this is everything that I have. Tell me what you got. And I'm like, okay, well, you need to tweak some stuff here and here and here and here, and then you'll be able to reach your goals. But if you don't, the chances of you like reaching them is really, 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 really slim. And so it is just so wonderful to take a client and being like, okay, here are your goals, and then actually helping them to reach them. It's absolutely amazing. So yes, we are actively looking for new people to help, because as you said, everyone needs a financial professional. Everyone needs someone in their life to help them get back on track. Because what I've realized in my life is you need someone in your life that, like, if you don't know that things yourself, then you definitely need someone. So like, if you are not a licensed financial professional, if you don't know how to invest yourself, then you definitely need someone. And so it's a lot of fun. We absolutely love it. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's great. No, that's awesome. And sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. If I just chime in, to kind of answer the second part of your question, we're not perfect, right? We don't have like every designation, like every license out there. But again, kind of going back to what you said before, if it's something specific, like with a client that we personally are not licensed for or help with, like that's not our specialty. Again, we work with a team of advisors who oftentimes let's get this person on the call to help. And so it's kind of going back to that other thing as well. We need people too to build our team so we can add the most value to the clients.
Yes, and that's so helpful. You may not know how to answer their question, but you know how to find someone who can answer their question. So I feel like we always need someone like that too, because we are all resourceful. We all have connections, but finding those is sometimes difficult. So that's awesome. Just someone who can point you in the right direction. What are your favorite quotes?
My favorite quote it's by Zig Ziglar. I've been in sales for a long time now. He's one of my favorite sales trainers. He always says that you can have anything in this life you want if you just help enough other people get what they want. I live by that every day. I'm helping so many other people. It's really, once you help enough people, it'll all come back. It's just the best way to think about life and about service and work.
I love that. And then what's your favorite quote, Raylee? Sorry.
No, you're good. One of my favorite quotes is, by small and simple things, great things are brought to pass. And the reason I love that so much, I remember I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I was kind of behind at math at the time. I was like kind of behind. I was actually behind. Okay, I wasn't good at math, and I was like 7 or 8 years old, And my brother told me, he's like, Raylee, you're never gonna get at math. Just stop trying. Like, you're so behind. You're never gonna get there. And that like really tore me up. That like really broke my heart. And it was interesting because my mom told me, she's like, you know what, Raylee, it's by small and simple things that great things are brought to pass. I didn't know where that quote was from at the time. I didn't really know truly what that meant either. But I remember I started working at it just a little bit every day. Like, it was very overwhelming to me that I was two grades behind. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have to do this incredible, like amazing thing. And sometimes we feel like that in life. Like, oh my gosh, I have to be the best mom. I have to clean the entire house and it's so messy. Or like, I don't know, like we have these things and it's sometimes so overwhelming. And so we don't do anything at all. And that doesn't impact us positively. And so what I started to do is I started to just do a little bit every day. I did like 20, 30 minutes every day. And it was amazing because not only did I like get to the level I should be at, but I far surpassed that, specifically in my math skills. And I've seen that quote be so true in other areas of my life as well. Not just in that little example when I was 7 years old. Because math when you're 7, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Like, you're not gonna die, okay? But like, it was so impactful to me because now I live my life like that with everything. And it is truly by small and simple things.
That's so good. And it connected right back to what you were saying earlier with people and their financial goals, just a little tweak here, just a little tweak there, and then they're on the right track. So I love that. That's so applicable. Good. Hey, well, thank you for your time. How can people get in contact with you if they do want to work with you or reach out to you?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah, they can get hold of us either directly on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Marcus Tarr, Raylee Tarr. And then we also have a Facebook group. We're welcoming new people into it. It's called Prosperity, the Wealth Mindset group. So if you start thoughts, we'd love to invite you in. You have tips, tricks, ways to improve your life and your prosperity overall.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I'm going to join that group right now.
Yes, please do.
Hey, thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks, Jen.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
If you'd like to pitch your story for the podcast, or if you want more storytelling strategies, contact me at jenbanks16@gmail.com, or find me on Instagram at jenbankscoaching.